Today I'm showing you a great beginner journal to use. When you haven't done junk journaling before, this is something that I have created and you can purchase in my Etsy shop that has already the signature sewn in, the collage cover done, so you don't have to make the cover, which sometimes is the hardest one for people to do. And then I've inserted the specialty pages that I either have made by tea dyeing, eco dyeing, or other. And as you can see, I've put an envelope here to use as a pocket or for whatever you want. And then the first page is an eco dyed page, and it's a copy of the eco dyed page. On the back side of that, I did use a digital here, and I believe that one's from my porch prints. Then I've just done a little gold piece of paper, and then I have a unique recipe for coffee and tea dyeing, and I've grungified it. This paper's also had a punch stamp done on the edge to give it a little more character, and you can see that better right here. So that's kind of a cute page with a little bit of texture and uniqueness to it. And it smells really good too. I made these a little while ago, so it's amazing how much it's held its smell. Then we've got the tea dyed music paper here. And that is just a general vintage music paper that I found at the secondhand store, and then tea dyed. Some plain paper, and then and I believe it has some lines on it, and then again a punched and tea dyed, coffee dyed paper with a pattern to it. The pattern is subtle on this side, but you flip it over and on this side you've got the polka dots. And I just love the polka dots. I think they're a lot of fun. It's one of my favorite patterns to do. So that's a fun one to create. Excuse my sniffles. Now this paper I have done with Icelandic volcanic ash. So it's hard to see in the camera here, but the ash does leave an imprint on the page. And so it's these little black dots throughout it. And it's just kind of a fun thing to have in there for added texture and added, just a visual, kind of a neat visual part of the page too. Some areas you see it's stronger than others. On this side, this is where you really get the bulk of it, because this is where most of the patterning was done with the special recipe that included the Icelandic ash in it. And then we've got more just general tea-dyed paper with the punch stamps in the edge of it. And you can see some lace print. This one had a little bit of the lace cross over to it when I was tea dyeing it and putting different things down to make patterns on the pages. A lot of these are baked. I would say most of these in here are baked and not air dried. This one's fun because I was able to really get some great texture, and as you run your fingers over it, I mean, you just feel the little bubbles of things on there, and that one's really kind of neat. You can still write on it too. I've used that successfully for writing. And then you get basically the mirror images to this side of those pages, because as you create a signature, you're folding those pages in half, and then you sew down that center. And so you've got half of the page on one side, half of the page on the other. So it's just a mirror of those pages that you're seeing here. And the grunge tea dyeing, coffee dyeing is so much fun. You just get so many unique patterns. And right there, it's just, oh my gosh, it smells so good. And it has a little bit of a sheen or shine. So depending on how we're using our recipe at the time is what we get. And it's really hard to repeat it. But a lot of fun. And then you'll see that that digital print there. And then the other side of the eco dyeing here. And again, that's a copy of the eco dyed pages that I have, because they turned out really great and I wanted to keep those for myself. And then this is a little vellum over here that I coffee and tea dyed and then put my special recipe on it, splashed it with it for some fun texture, and put that as the back cover on there. So This is a beautiful little daisy here. It was a lot of fun to make. And like I said, the pages are blank so that you can do anything you want to them and create your own beginner junk journal and do it in an easy way without putting a lot of investment of money into it. With this comes a muslin tea-dyed tie, and then we've got a metal element here with a tassel as well. Thank you for watching our best sellers, our coffee and tea dyed and eco dyed papers. See you next time. Bye.